Champion of Kirkwall. That was the reward. A fine title. Every noble at the keep owed the champion their lives. He wasn't just a hero. He was now the most important person in the city. Except for Knight Commander Meredith, of course. With the Viscount dead, she stepped in to keep order. Things quickly got out of hand. The more she squeezed the mages, the more they resisted. The more they resisted, the tighter she squeezed. After 3 years of that, it all came crashing down.
I know you fear us. Knight Commander Meredith uses that fear to take control of your city. She opposes every effort to replace Viscount Dumas. And you have seen the chaos of her reign. Will you allow it?
Return to your homes. This farce is over.
Wait! Perhaps there are some who might disagree with you, Knight Commander.
Do not hide behind the champion. He has no role in this.
It would be better if you both calmed down before this gets violent.
I should remain calm while a mage provokes an uprising. I think not.
I think the champion's views would be appreciated. Or do you fear what he has to say?
I fear nothing. My only interest here is in keeping order and protecting the innocent.
What are you trying to do here? Cause a rebellion?
The people of this city need to know what is really happening.
And then what? They tear down the gallows with pitchforks and torches? That would be better?
It cannot be worse. Your refusal to listen to reason leaves me no choice.
What I refuse to listen to are excuses. Perhaps you are ill-fit to your position if you cannot understand this.
Threatening each other isn't going to help matters.
And what should I do instead? Allow this to continue?
The first enchanter accused you of trying to take control of the city.
The city. I am trying to keep order until there is a ruler capable of succeeding where Dumas failed.
And if not, will the Templars rule Kirkwall forever?
We will not stand idle while the city burns around us.
The Templar Order exists to guard the Chantry and Circle. I suggest you let the nobility rule the city.
I do not need you or anyone to tell me what my duty is, mage.
If Kirkwall wants Meredith to step down, they'll tell her to.
Are you mad? They fear her. Everyone fears her.
Your measures have become more extreme over the last 3 years.
And you could do better? How well did you guard your own mother? Did she not die at a blood mage's hands?
You're right. We are hardly the only ones to bear that grief.
Precisely. As long as that's true, Kirkwall needs its Templars more than it needs a new ruler.
And when will that end? When will you stop seeing evil in every corner?
When it's no longer there.
This won't be resolved here. We need to sit down and work it out.
You are naive, champion.
You will find that not everyone bows to your will, Knight Commander.
My. Such a terrible commotion.
This mage incites rebellion, Your Grace. I am dealing with the matter.
Ah, Orsino. So frustrated. Do you think this is truly wise?
No, Your Grace.
Of course not. Young men, would you show the first enchanter back to the circle? Gently, if you please.
Your Grace! He should be clapped in irons, made an example of.
That's enough, Meredith. This demeans us all. Surely you can see that. Go back to the gallows and calm down, like a good girl. You have my thanks for stepping in, champion. If you had not...
You're the Grand Cleric. Aren't you in charge of the Templars and Circle?
Oh my. You have quite the estimation of my abilities. Gentle people of Kirkwall, return to your homes, I implore you. This will not be solved today. And now I must attend to the gallows. They will see reason if the Maker wills it. Thank you again, champion.
All quiet around here, Captain.
Good. Carry on.
Many Qunari fell in Kirkwall when we departed. I am sent to gather their swords. If you find a Qunari sword, return it to me.
What do I get if I bring one to you?
It is reward enough to complete a worthy task. But if you crave gold, that can be arranged.
Don't you want their bodies too?
Their husks serve no purpose. The weapons shall satisfy a demand of the Qun.
I'll keep an eye out.
You will find me here.
Aveline, you look after Hawk, won't you?
Of course I will. What kind of a question is that?
What about Varric and Anders? You'll watch out for them too?
Meryl, what brought this on?
Anything could happen. You'll protect them, though. It's what you do.
There's nothing to worry about, Meryl.
There's an elven woman here, Messere. She claims she was sent here by you. I didn't know what to tell her. The old lady is scary. There is no old lady, Sandal. How many times do I have to tell you that?
What's this about?
Oh, my boy sees things sometimes. Says he saw an old lady standing by his bed. She has a scary laugh. Yes, well, there you go.
I can make it for you.
All right, so she said to look at the crest sideways, then cover the... Sweet maker! Isabella! Ah, I can't unsee that. Maker's breath. Put some clothes on, man.
Easy, boy. What is it?
All right. Let's see.
Please don't open the door.
You've caught a burglar. Good boy.
My legs are cramping. Please, just let me go.
You expect me to just let you walk out of here?
Please, sirrah. I was seduced by a crime at a very young age, but your guard monster has scared me towards a path of honest work.
It's the dungeons for you. Go fetch a watchman, boy.
Going to fetch the watch. Dogs aren't that smart. Right?
Smarter than you, anyway. Poor Prince. I told him to stay off the bed. I wonder how much coin I... make selling my memoirs.
Greetings, Master. Your home was difficult to find. I've never been out on my own before, but I found it. Many people know of you. I hope I've made myself useful. I've already begun cleaning, and I can cook. Not as good as Papa, but a little. Is there anything else you'd like me to do?
What sort of skills do you have?
Not many, I fear. The Magister bade me to clean, and sometimes fetch, but Papa told me to keep out of her sight as much as I could. But I can learn. I'll serve you well. Please don't hurt me.
You've been through a great deal. How are you feeling?
I miss Papa, the other servants. I try not to think about what happened. I even feel sorry for the Magister. Is that bad?
You've served her a long time. I understand.
I'll serve you just as well, Master. You'll see.
If you're staying here, Arana, it will be as my servant.
You mean I won't be a slave anymore?
You'll be paid, like anyone else.
A slave is all I've ever been, like Papa and Grandpapa before me. I'll try to be a good servant. Thank you, Master. You're too good to me.
I can't bring myself to change anything about Mother's room.
You should have this back.
Twine? When did I loan you a ball of twine?
You gave it to me when I first moved here, when I kept getting lost in Lowtown. It drove the merchants in the market completely batty, but it did help me find my way.
Keep it, Daisy.
I don't think I'll be getting lost again anytime soon.
Well, you never know. Might need to tie a package up, hang a lantern, dress a roast chicken. It's multi-purpose.
Do you never intend to give a public answer, Your Grace?
What have I been asked?
About the mages. You could calm this fire if you stepped forward.
The Chantry's teachings are clear. Those who turn against them would not listen more to me than to Andraste.
Then you do favor the Templars, Your Grace?
I favor peace, which is not the goal of either side, I'm afraid.
That is more apparent every day.
I did not expect things to deteriorate so fast. I thought after the Canary, no one would wish for more violence. It has drawn more attention than I would like. Sebastian, if I can ask...
Anything, Your Grace.
And the champion, too, if you will?
I am your humble servant.
You honor me. The Divine is concerned about the situation here. She does not want to see the Free Marches become another Imperium. She has sent an agent to assess the danger. Meet with her, please. Tell her drastic measures won't be required.
I don't want to see the Divine's armies march against Kirkwall.
Could we keep the Exalted marching to a minimum? I keep all my stuff in Kirkwall.
Surely the Divine wouldn't treat the whole city as enemies.
She is concerned. It is never wise to draw the concern of the powerful.
She is the voice of Andraste. She cannot turn the might of the Chantry against the innocent due to proximity.
Were no innocents harmed in the Exalted marches? She will do her best, Sebastian. But she must act first to protect the faith.
What can you tell me about this servant of the Divine?
I was not told her real name. Only to call her Sister Nightingale. She is said to be the Divine's left hand, sent to do work that might blacken the Divine's name.
What argument would convince her?
The Divine has heard my protests already. I must trust your own powers of persuasion now.
This cannot wait.
Thank you. We cannot allow this ridiculous mage rebellion to turn into holy war.
The agent, Sister Nightingale, will be waiting in the Viscount's throne room tonight. She wishes to remain unseen. The room has been sealed since the Canary incident. It may be difficult to get in without attracting attention.
Greetings, champion. May the Maker smile on you.
I shudder to think of the Divine sending temp.
To admit, Anders, of the mages I know, you're the one I expected to go out in a blaze.
The day is young. If you think that was bad, I should tell you about the Black Marsh.
See, when you say things like that, Blondie, it just makes me glad I didn't know you sooner. Who goes to a place named Black Marsh on purpose? Now, they called it Beer Marsh. No, still doesn't work.
You've got a point. The marsh part does cancel out anything else. Flower Marsh, Kitten Marsh. No, no good. Ah, You've got company. I'll see you later.
Hawk, what can I do for you?
I'm not here on business. Just dropping by.
Drinking is business, champion. You know that.
So, what's the word in Lowtown, Varric?
Nothing you don't know already. The Viscount's departure, a vacuum of power, troubles brewing. Get rid of one thread and another appears. I'm starting to think this city's in love with Crisis. Hope you're ready for it, my friend. I'm keeping Bianca close.
I've got something for you, Varric.
My father's signet ring. Where did you find it? Bartrand pawned it off to pay for the expedition. I can't believe you found it. This sounds exactly like the sort of fake thing I'd make up about you.
I'm just glad I found it.
Our mother was... well, no word adequately describes an old dwarven lady's rage. Well, maybe now my contact at the gates of Orzammar won't ignore my letters. Harrimont is hoping that if he just shuts his eyes tight and wishes, the real world will go away. Anyway, I owe you one, Hawk. Remind me later to put you on my tab.
I hear the champion of Kirkwall's killed a dozen dragons.
Go ahead, say it.
Say what?
I saw you watching me.
I was looking... The one over there, look... It's a bit like a bunny rabbit.
always remember where you started, Hawk.
So, you've done well for yourself. I had my doubts the first time I saw you, but I guess there was something to that hawk fellow Leandra ran off with after all. He made a pretty good son anyway. Your mother would be proud.
Uncle Gamlen, was that affection?
I'm feeling sentimental. With Bethany locked in the gallows, you're the only real family I have left. For a long time, I thought the Amel line in Kirkwall would end at me. I'm glad you've pulled it out of the grave.
Stop. Haven called for its lost prince, Sebastian. Would you give up if the city has moved on?
Like Ferelden moved on after King.
You've been reading.
It's a good tale. King Alistair is particular.
Come on, Daisy. You've been holed up in here for days. If you don't get some sunshine, you'll wilt.
I'm not a plant, Varric. I'm fine.
Just take a walk around the Lowtown Market. Get some air, and I'll stop bothering you.
I know you mean well, but I have too much to do right now.
I'll let you talk some sense into her, Hawk.
Varric is very sweet. Frequently infuriating and a terrible busybody, but sweet. Were you looking for me? Nothing's wrong, is it?
Nothing's the matter. I thought I'd see how you were doing.
And I'm being a poor host, as usual. In the market the other day, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw Tamlin. I blinked, and he was gone. I don't know what it meant. Maybe nothing. Maybe I'm going mad. I miss them all. Even the Keeper.
I'm sure the Keeper would like to see you again.
I'm sure she would. She loves to lecture. I bet her new first appreciates that. I wish I could have seen it. It doesn't matter. I'm here now. Maybe Varric was right. Shall we go out for a bit? I could use some sunshine. Hell gone on. 6 years in this place. I can't fix the holes in the roof.
I suppose you're just thrilled how the...
Catastrophe has struck, partner. We are ruined. Ruined.
It's always something with this mine.
A guard came back from the bone pit, half-wrecked, with a dozen mangled bodies. The horse pulling the cart was the only survivor, and it does not speak. Town full of rotten mages, and not one can get answers from a horse.
I'll see what's going on. Until then, try to stay calm.
I knew I could depend on you. Just like old times, partner.
Adventurer, come replace your old friend. If... It isn't the champion.
Have you located any Qunari blades?
This is what I've found.
Do you require gold for this task?
I'm not doing this for the money.
Very well.
I hear silk underthings for men.
Are you certain it's her?
An elf matching your description on the ship you named. And alone, as far as I could tell.
I need to know if it's a trap.
I did as you asked, Fenris. Now it's up to you. You talk to him, Hawk. I've had my fill for today.
Venhidis, first of us.
Maybe I can help, Fenris.
It's my sister. I didn't tell you, but I followed up on Hadriana's information. Everything she said was true. I had to keep it quiet, but I eventually contacted Verania and sent her coin enough to come meet me. And now she's here.
She was in Quirinus after all.
My sister left Magister Ahriman's service, and I found her in Minrathous. That made things more difficult. But according to the men I paid, it's just as Hadriana said. She's not a slave. She's a tailor, in fact. Getting a letter to her was difficult, and she didn't believe me at first. But she's finally come.
You're worried Daenerys knows?
The more it seems he doesn't know, the more certain I become he does. Come with me, Hawk. I need you there when I meet her.
Where is she?
If we go to the Hanged Man during the day, she'll be there, for the next week at least. It would mean a lot to me. That's all I ask.
The Grand Cleric cannot continue to wave her hands and pretend the problem is solved. She's as good as helping Meredith.
It really is you.
Verania? I remember you. We played in our master's courtyard while Mother worked. You called me...
Leto. That's your name.
What's wrong? Why are you so...
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Ah, my little Fenris. Predictable as always.
I'm sorry it came to this, Leto.
You led him here.
Now, Fenris. Don't blame your sister. She did what any good Imperial citizen should.
I never wanted these filthy markings, Daenerys. But I won't let you kill me to get them.
How little you know, my pet. And this is your new master, then? The champion of Kirkwall? Impressive.
Fenris doesn't belong to anyone.
Do I detect a note of jealousy? It's not surprising. The lad is rather skilled, isn't he?
Shut your mouth, Daenerys.
The word is master.
her!
I had no choice, ᴘᴜ.
Stop calling me that.
He was going to make me his apprentice. I would have been a magister.
You sold out your own brother to become a magister.
Your sister's a mage. You bloody hypocrite. You really are just jealous.
You have no idea what we went through, what I've had to do since Mother died. This was my only chance.
And now you have no chance at all.
Please, don't do this. Please, tell him to stop.
Wait. Don't kill her.
Why not? She was ready to see me killed. What is she to me other than just one more tool of the Magisters?
This is your family, Fenris.
Get out.
You said you didn't ask for this, but that's not true. You wanted it. You competed for it. When you won, you used the boon to have Mother and I freed.
Why are you telling me this?
Freedom was no boon. I look on you now, and I think you received the better end of the bargain.
I thought discovering my past would bring a sense of belonging, but I was wrong. Magic has tainted that too. There is nothing for me to reclaim. I am alone.
You have friends.
Is that what we are?
It sure isn't me.
You heard what Verania said. I wanted these. I fought for them. I feel unclean. Like this magic is not only etched into my skin, but has also stained my soul. Let's go. I need to get out of here. Avert your eyes, witch.
You said I was dwelling on useless history. But what are you doing? The past is important to you and to all of us. We must know it to move forward.
You had a lot.
The lot of Ferelden's here has improved since your rise, champion. I'd be honored to sell you anything in the store. The lot of Ferelden's here has improved since your rise, champion. I'd be honored to sell you anything in the store.
Your master must have been a terrible man to make you hate mages.
Did I hear correctly? You are an abomination.
Why don't you shout? I don't think everyone heard you.
Do you see yourself as harmless then? An abomination who would never harm anyone?
Like ripping someone's heart out of his chest.
I did that at the behest of no demon.
So we agree that it doesn't take a demon for someone to be a vicious killer. Good.
Pardon me.
Last bottle of the Egregio. I've been saving it for a special occasion.
And what's that?
The anniversary of my escape. Astia Vala Femundis. Care to hear the story?
I thought you avoided talking about this.
Not on special occasions.
I'd like that.
Let's see. You've heard of Saharan? The Imperium and the Qunari have fought over the island for centuries now. I was there with Denarius during a Qunari attack. I managed to get him to a ship, but there was no room for a slave. I was left behind. I barely got out of the city alive.
I thought Denarius considered you valuable.
He wasn't given a choice. The look on his face as the ship pulled out was priceless. There are rebels in the Saharan jungles called Fog Warriors. They found me and took me in, nursed me back to health. I stayed with them for a time, until Denarius finally came for me.
Whether you wanted to go or not, I assume.
I'd grown fond of the rebels. They bowed to no master and fought for their freedom. It was beyond my experience. When Denarius came, they refused to let him take me. He ordered me to kill them. So I did. I killed them all.
Why would you do such a thing?
It felt inevitable. My master had returned and this fantasy life was over. But once it was done, I looked down at their bodies. I felt I couldn't. I ran and never looked back.
Couldn't you have found other Fog Warriors? Become a rebel?
Even if I did, I felt unworthy. I had no way of knowing if I could truly escape from Denarius then. I didn't even know what that meant. I simply had to get away. I stowed aboard a ship to the mainland and moved south, chased by my former master every step of the way.
I have to wonder why you stayed with Denarius as long as you did.
You have not been a slave. A slave does not dream of freedom or wonder at possibilities. You think only of your master's desires and what the next hour will bring. It did not occur to me that I could be anything else until I had a taste of it.
But there are stories of slaves rebelling all the time. They did in Kirkwall.
The ritual that gave me my markings also stripped me of my memory. Whatever I was before may as well have never been. Perhaps if I knew, I might have felt differently.
How well did you know these Fog Warriors?
I knew them only a few months, but in that time, I felt as if I truly lived. They were bold, strong, free with their affections. I was in awe of them and owed them everything. And I turned on them even so.
Didn't Denarius stop you?
The rebels had wounded him. The soldiers he brought attempted to capture me, unsuccessfully. It was weeks before Denarius was able to mount the hunt in earnest, but by then, I was already gone.
Gripping stuff. You should write it down.
You think they teach slaves how to write? I've never spoken about what happened to anyone. I've never wanted to. Perhaps this is what it means to have a friend.
Perhaps you're right.
To you, Hawk, may I fight at your side for years to come.
Have I ever mentioned that I like your coat?
You do?
It's very lively, like a crow in the...
Guardsmen, duties for the week will be...
Lowtown canvas. 5 on, 3 off.
City perimeter by 2s. Clear by 2nd watch.
Training recruits full metal by week's end.
By your order, Captain.
Good job. Get it done. Donic is difficult, but they all appreciate what I do. What do you need?
Your men could give the Templars a run for their sovereigns.
They've had to. As long as there's no Viscount, the Order thinks they can bark at any man in uniform. I won't have it. The people of Kirkwall need to see themselves in their guard. Lose that connection, we're just targets.
I thought you were only the interim captain.
The death of the Viscount made my position a little more permanent. As much as the Templars might want to take my authority, they don't seem to want my job. I think they've overtaxed themselves. Poor dears.
You've had some discipline problems.
I haven't. They have, but they get over it. I find it helps to point at how many of them retired due to injury and death before I took over. I'll take their scorn, if they live to give it.
Just checking in. Need anything?
Blissfully quiet at the moment. I'm sure it won't last.
I'll see you later.
Of course, Hawk. Nothing going on, Hawk. You'd be the first to know if there was.
Hello again, champion.
If you have any questions, talk to Knight Captain Cullen.
You think I don't know the City Guard is just another arm of the Templars?
That is completely unfair.
If they show up here, I'll know who to blame. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to see that. I just can't be too careful, now that the Knight Commander has basically appointed herself Viscount.
I can't even imagine how difficult it is to be a mage here now.
It's easy for most of them. They're long since tranquil. The Mage Underground is all but destroyed, and those left have turned to blood magic as their only option, which Meredith knows will prevent any chance of the public taking their side.
If I have any influence here at all, Meredith will not be Knight Commander long.
I don't know what we would do without you. How can people be so blind? The Blight was stopped only with the aid of 2 mages, one an apostate. But it makes no difference. The Chantry set us on this path long ago. It would take something truly catastrophic to change people's thinking now.
What are you doing?
Putting out milk. I miss having a cat around. but I think the refugees have scared them all off. Or maybe eaten them. You know, I've been meaning to thank you. You don't need to stick your neck out for the mages here. But you have. One day, we'll make a world where your sister can be free again.
Mages cannot be treated as guilty just by association.
I can't tell you how reassuring that is. Sometimes, you're the only reason I don't think I'm crazy. When you still believed in me after I almost killed that poor girl. I knew you meant it. You wouldn't say it just to make me feel better. You make me think I can really do this. Lead a revolution.
I didn't realize you were planning anything that big.
No small change would address the injustice that mages face. The Chantry itself must be overturned. There will always be mages born in Thedas. But Templars are made by men. And they can be unmade.
Why does this matter so much to you?
You saw ᴘᴜᴜᴜric's plan. How many Templars would prefer that every mage was a mindless, drooling babe? In the Circle, they tell you day and night that magic is sin. A mark on your soul of the Maker's hatred. But for all the talk of demons, the most common death I saw for a mage was suicide.
If you want to be an example to mages, you need to master yourself.
After what happened, I will never forget that. Every day, I feel the need for vengeance growing inside me. But I know you won't let me lose myself to him.
I thought you might like this.
You got me a gift? I hardly think I've done anything to deserve that. Is it a... That's a Tevinter Chantry amulet. Do you want me to get executed? It's sacrilege to wear those in any land under the Divine.
It's a symbol of mage freedom. If you don't like it, don't take it.
No, I like it. You just... surprised me. I wouldn't know where to get something like that around here. I've never really thought about what life would be like in the Tevinter Chantry. In the Circle, they make it sound like the Void itself. The Black Divine stalking Thedas, making it unsafe for kittens and virgins.
Mages have been free in Tevinter forever. It hasn't fallen yet.
Well, they did invade the Black City in their hubris and unleash Darkspawn on us all, right? That's kind of the Circle's whole rationale. But I think that has more to do with being a Magister than a mage. I appreciate the gift. Perhaps one day I can return one as meaningful. Still support the Knight Commander?
It's too far!
Holding back. See that she's crazy.
Take what I like. That's what I say.
Heard you yelling at someone last night.
Wife's dog ate half my blanket. I put it out on the street.
Watch your back around those Templars. Word is, they're gunning for you, Hawk.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
We won.
A dragon attacked your mine. Everyone is dead.
Dear Maker, what of my equipment? Did it seem salvageable?
The dragon scorched every last cart and shovel.
Oh, my heart. So many years of investment. I am ruined. Ruined! I'm sorry, champion. I appreciate your help, but I sank all my coin into that rotten mine. I have nothing left to pay you.
I slew the dragon to protect the city. I need no coin from you.
Jump bloody dog lord.
You... Daggers!
The Viscount's throne room has been sealed off since his death. A strange place for a holy sister to be.
I can help with that.
Hello again, champion. Hello again, champion. Hello again, champion.
Need a hand?
It is done.
So, even the Divine fears us now. She should. Kill the spies!
The Resolutionists. I might have known they would be part of this.
Are you Sister Nightingale?
I am. Or you may call me Liliana. The Divine sent me to investigate the possibility of a rebellion here in Kirkwall. I have some experience in unconventional situations.
The Liliana, who accompanied the hero of Ferelden to slay the Archdemon.
Ah. I see it will be harder to remain anonymous so near the Ferelden border. Yes, I knew the hero of Ferelden. Perhaps you have heard the songs I wrote of our time together. But that was many years ago. I am working for the Divine now, in ᴘᴜᴜ. I had not thought to return to this part of Thedas.
Who are the Resolutionists?
An offshoot of a fraternity within the Circle of Magi.
Supported by the Magisters.
There's no proof of that.
I bet a lot of mages think they'd enjoy Tevinter's freedoms, and completely forget that few ever achieve the power to enjoy them.
There have always been factions that support freedom from the Chantry, and the abolition of the Circle. We have tolerated them, but the Resolutionists have become violent. They are likely behind the unrest here.
I appreciate you stepping in back there.
Of course. They mistook you for me, so they must know I am in Kirkwall. The Divine has long suspected that Kirkwall's problems were spurred by an outside group. This attack proves she is right.
Are you saying you set this whole thing up?
I let word slip that an agent of the Divine was coming to investigate the mage troubles. It is how they chose to react which condemns them.
Will the Divine send soldiers?
Divine Justinia takes the situation here very seriously. She believes it is the worst threat to Thedas since the Qunari invaded.
A handful of apostates? How can that possibly...
The whole world is watching Kirkwall. If it falls to magic, none of us are safe. Tell Elthina to leave. There is refuge for her at the Grand Cathedral in ᴘᴜᴜ. She will not be safe here.
mages are out of control.
I've seen less ostentatious palaces. No.
You don't wish that maybe you hadn't found it again?
Whatever I wish, it is already done.
You're lucky then. There are so many things I wish I could undo.
Here, boy. I've something to wet your teeth on. Freshly confiscated mutton just for you. Have at it. Just checking on my best guardsman. He's helping the men to learn healthy respect and how to run.
Enchantment. It's very shiny.
Things have been very troubling these last few years, haven't they? I was thinking that it might soon be time for my boy and I to move on.
Back to the merchant's life, I suppose.
It's an honor to serve the champion of Kirkwall, make no mistake. But I'm getting older. It's time to see the Sandal's future. I'll stay on until arrangements are made. I hope that's all right.
If you're worried about Sandal, I can help him out.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you, but it's unnecessary. My boy's been offered a position in Orlais. It seems the Empress herself found one of his enchantments and is intrigued. Can you imagine? Us in the Imperial Court. Hopefully this business with the Templars doesn't get worse before we go. I worry about you, Messere.
You pity him. He's dangerous to himself and everyone around him.
I think he's broken the thing he wanted to save.
You pity him because he's you.
Breaking the things you love most isn't restricted to mages, Fenris.
Sister Nightingale says you must leave Kirkwall.
What?
You were right. The Divine will be taking action against Kirkwall, though the sister didn't say what. You must take the holy relics from the Chantry and leave for safety.
Sebastian, I'm surprised at you. Andraste would not thank me for saving a few dusty finger bones and my own skin at the cost of people's lives.
Are you saying you will not flee?
When I became Grand Cleric, I took a vow to the people of Kirkwall and the Free Marches. I will not leave my flock.
Would you let yourself die?
There is no greater devotion than to lay one's life at the Maker's feet. There is no better death than to take the blow for another.
Sister Nightingale took a great risk to warn you. Don't be rash.
Please, Your Grace. Sister Nightingale thinks there will be war.
Then, I must make peace. Settle yourself, Sebastian. I'm in no personal danger. I am Grand Cleric. Who would dare attack me?
If you will not shield yourself, then I will be your shield. You will come through this safely by the Maker's name. I swear it. It's always so peaceful.
Greeting.
If Althena won't leave Kirkwall, neither will I. I can't abandon her when the Divine's own agent warned her away.
The Grand Cleric is lucky to have your loyalty.
She'd be luckier were I willing to hit her over the head and carry her away. This isn't her battle. But if these Maleficarum rebel against the Knight Commander, Althena will put herself between them and be torn apart. I must try to make her see reason. This cannot end well. I'm giving it all up. I made a vow to the Chantry, and it was wrong to turn my back.
Sebastian, listen to yourself. You're as impulsive now as the day you turned away from us. Do you think the Maker wants another rashly spoken vow that you'll abandon when the next passion takes you?
I will not...
This is your life, child. Don't spend it being blown about like a weather vane. But here's Hawke. Maybe you can talk some sense into him.
I don't think sense is really my strong suit.
How long has she spent telling me to return to the Chantry, and now that I want to, she won't take me? It was wrong for me to break my oath to the Chantry. I've turned against the Maker. And for what? Why would I want to rule Starkhaven and deal with jackals like Lady Harriman for the rest of my life?
Do you see yourself as a prince or a priest?
That's exactly the question I've been praying for guidance about. When I think of going to Starkhaven, calling on allies like Flora Harriman and all the corrupt, scheming nobles, my throat swells shut in horror. When I think about staying, I'm at peace.
If you give it up, what then?
I suppose I must convince ᴘᴜᴇᴏ my commitment is sincere. Then I will remain here, to represent the Maker's interests as she thinks best.
You should ask what's best for your people, not just for you.
I do not have hubris enough to imagine it matters to the common people who rules them. Kirkwall does well enough with no one in the Viscount's seat. Someone will take the reins. The fields will be planted, the crops gathered. No one will notice that a Vale lives and isn't there, and I can devote my life to the Maker's will on Thedas.
You're wise to stay here. No one trusts a man who breaks his oath.
I cannot return to Starkhaven and subject my people to war without a clear sign that it's the Maker's will. Hawke should do it. Kirkwall needs a Viscount.
Have you asked him? It would be Hawke's decision.
I watched my parents in Starkhaven. When times are good, the city rules itself. Years could pass and no one would notice who's prince. But when there's famine, when there's war, people look to their leaders. Who does Kirkwall have beyond Hawke?
This is probably a conversation for the two of you to have.
You want me to be Viscount?
Andraste said the Maker is king in the heavens, but it is the kings of Thedas who must recreate his worldly glory. I keep thinking about that. Who better serves the Maker? A brother of the faith, or a prince who can sway a whole city?
Every person does the Maker's work in their own way.
ᴘᴜᴇᴏ is risking her life by not deserting her flock. Could I do the same? It's been 15 years since I lived in Starkhaven. The people there are only a memory to me. Kirkwall, the Chantry, that's real. That's where I belong.
You're a man of faith, Sebastian. You would have hated politics.
You're probably right. Bootlicking nobles and bickering farmers, I'd have sent the whole lot to do penance. I do appreciate you hearing me out. You've been a good friend, Hawke. I will stay, as much for you as for Her Grace. I will try to convince Her Grace to leave until things settle down.
You've done...
I'm going to be trying something, and I thought you'd want to be part of it. We've both been wrong. What I did with Justice was unnatural. It should never have happened.
Is there some way to undo it?
I've spent the past 3 years researching the methods of Tevinter Magisters. They're the only ones who have ever sought to reverse spirit possession, not just behead the victims. I believe I have a formula for a potion that can separate justice and me, without killing either.
Is it dangerous?
There are always dangers with magic. But I believe this will be worth the cost.
Surely that's worth any risk it entails.
I knew you'd stand behind me in this. Even if...
What?
Nothing. I've gathered most of what I need, but there are some outlandish ingredients I was hoping you'd help me collect. A powder the Tevinters call ᴘᴜᴇᴜ, and a small amount of drakestone.
Is it just a potion? Is there anything more to this ritual?
No, no ritual. Just mix the ingredients up and... boom. Justice and I are free. And we can take our rightful place among free mages.
What is drakestone?
The Tevinters used to mine it for their apothecaries. There should still be deposits in the bone pit.
Where would we find ᴘᴜᴇᴜ?
It's a crystal that forms from concentrated manure and urine.
Ew. We can't just buy it somewhere?
It's not used by mages here. There's no reason for any merchant to stock it. I suggest we search the sewers. There's an entrance not far from here in Darktown.
I assure you, we'll find them.
I could not have begun to do this without your support.
Aveline, do you think we'll win?
Win what?
In the end. It feels like something is ending, doesn't it? Do you think we'll win?
Nothing is ending, Meryl. Things are a little tense, but it will pass.
I hope we win. Barrett will make it a good story.
Need to get closer!
Rather be free down here, I guess.
We can enter the sewers from here to look for the ᴘᴜᴜᴜ. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Hold your nose. We'll have to get pretty close for me to tell what we're looking at. This is it. The ᴘᴜᴜᴜ should have formed right under here. Oh, I don't want to touch that. Let's see if we can find a few more deposits.
Someone's left a surprise here for us.
Let's see if we can find a few more deposits. if we can find a few more deposits.
Out of range! It's too far! You'll die screaming!
Let's see if we can find a few more deposits.
That's not really my thing.
That should be plenty. Thank the Maker.
Going to have to do some shopping upstairs pretty soon.
We still need the Drakestone from the Bone Pit. I hope the rest of the dragons haven't heard this place is on the market. Are you ready to go in?
Ready as I'll ever be.
We'll have to look for Drakestone deposits along the sides. This looks like a Drakestone deposit. I need a scraping from the deepest part. There should be more further in. 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 They should rename this stuff Dragon Dung. Thank you. I wouldn't have asked just anyone to venture in there for me. There is one more thing, but we must discuss it privately. There is one more thing I would ask of you, Hawk. And I can't tell you why. I must get inside the Chantry, without being seen. Will you talk to the Grand Cleric for me? Distract her long enough for me to do what must be done.
What do you want me to talk about?
Food? The weather? What does it matter? No, talk of mages. Give her one final chance to hear what we have suffered. To pick a side. Perhaps she'll be more inclined to listen to you.
Tell me your plan.
You would not thank me if I told you. If you support freedom for mages, help me. That's all I can say.
What is it you don't want me to see?
You said you believe in me. Again and again you have shown your support for mages. Then trust me now. I am doing only what is necessary.
Was this ever about you and justice? Or have you lied this whole time?
I lied. There is no potion. But what we have gathered will bring freedom for more than just me and justice. It will help mages throughout 괱ᴜ. In the face of that, one lie means little.
I can't act blindly. Tell me your plan.
I am taking a risk. I would not see you drawn into it. But maybe your support of mages ends at talk. It's easier to support freedom if no one must die to achieve it. You cannot pretend friendship, then stop now.
Tell me what you would have of me then. But I won't forget you blackmailed me to get it.
I promise, whatever happens, it's on my head. It will not come back on you. Go to the Chantry. Talk to the Grand Cleric. I will join you when I'm done.
Is there a story behind Bianca?
There's a story behind everything, Daisy.
So tell me.
I can't.
Why not?
There was a girl, and I made a promise. Bianca is the only story I can never tell.
You can't say that. Now I want to know even more.
That was the idea, Daisy.
Aveline, what's in your mirror?
What do you mean?
In your mirror, what do you see?
A guardian. All the people I protect. Doubt, sometimes. Why? What have you decided to see?
I'll borrow yours sometime, if that's all right.
It's all right. Good. Carry on.
I hear silk underthings for men are quite popular in
I'll find you as soon as I'm done. Thank you.
You're too quiet, Varric.
I'm thinking of switching to romances. Nothing? Not even a foreboding frown?
Do what you will. I don't care.
That is not a comforting thought.
Maker's blessing, champion. Have you come to pray?
Have you thought about which side you'll take? Between the mages and Templars?
It's no secret that you count apostates among your friends, champion. You have done much to fan the flames of rebellion here. We must give Meredith and Orsino time to work out their differences. No good can come of showing favor to one side.
Couldn't you solve this problem if you just spoke out?
How would that help? Both sides make good points. Both have flaws.
At some point, right must be decided.
For 1,000 years, the Chantry has had to find the balance between them. That hasn't changed here.
The Maker created mages. Why doesn't he protect them?
I feel for the mages, I do. I would not wish to be locked in the gallows. But I cannot take sides. We are all the Maker's creatures, but magic allows abuses beyond the scope of mortals. I only hope I can balance the needs of everyone. For if it comes to war, it is the people of this city who will lose.
There you are. I've been looking for you all over. Your Grace?
Your soul is troubled, child. I hope you found a balm for it here.
How are you at finales, Varric?
I'm expecting some practical experience fairly soon.
Make it a good one, will you?
For you, madam, endless sunsets and roses.
Varric.
And the swift head.
Greetings, champion. May the maker stand.
I hope you haven't come to try to talk me into leaving again. Kirkwall needs a steadying hand on its reins now more than ever. Orsino and the Knight Commander grow more fractious by the day.
There must be a way to satisfy both sides.
I pray you are right. I've been talking with them both. Orsino is not an unreasonable man. Surely a compromise can be reached. I hope you haven't come to try to talk me. The Viscount lies dead. I will not leave my people to bear the price of war between the Templars and Maleficarum.
May the Maker's gaze be upon you.
Greetings.
I wanted you to have this.
What's that? A pillow?
Hand embroidered by my mother. The only thing of hers they let me keep when I went to the Circle.
Why in the name of Andraste would you give that to me?
You've been a good friend, Varric.
You keep your pillow, Blondie. And may you have many more dreams of killing Templars on it.
Orc. I didn't expect you here. But let me take this time to tell you how much I respect you. You've stood by me when I gave you every reason to turn away. Just remember, whatever happens, I wanted you to know that.
You've been a good friend.
No, I haven't. And I'm sorry. I was hoping we'd find a better way, but justice and vengeance are too intertwined. I can't tell one from the other. You have been a better friend than I ever thought to have.